Alright, welcome everyone to some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. What the fuck is going on with these menus, man? Seriously, like, what is this? Why is this, like, in the center? That's so weird. And why is it like a menu now? Oh god, Jesus Christ. Alright, well, it's alright. It's me, Demise. Hello. Yesterday we finished doing our Deep Dwarf Fighter Ziggurat run. We finished all the Ziggurats. All of them in existence. They're all done. So, you know, like, if you want to go see a Ziggurat, you can go see that. Pina Colada has got to win some more games to get a goddamn greater player run. I don't know how the hell... I don't know what I need to win left to go great player. So if I can go great player, greater player... Oh wait, how do I? Oh no, it's great. It's exclamation mark. There we go. So we'll see what hasn't been done yet, just so I can, like, you know what I mean, like, just complete it all. So we haven't got demigod, formicid, ghoul, halfling, human, kobold, merfolk, mummy, ogre, troll, or vampire, and we haven't got abyssal knight, assassin, chaos knight, enchanter, fire elementalist, ice elementalist, monk, scald, venom mage, warper, and wizard. That's a lot of shit, man. God damn. Alright, well, you know, let's see, human, like, these are all, like, the ones that I don't like playing. So, I guess that's why they're all here. You know, we haven't done a human in a while. You know, it's been quite a time since we played human, and you know what, I want to play something a little weird. Now, this sounds boring on paper, but the reality is this should be theoretically interesting, I guess, because wizard actually can be kind of hard if I can't transition into stuff. Maybe I could go human wizard. We'll go Harry Potter. We'll go Harry Potter. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. I don't know if there are any other human wizards in this world. Like, literally none, but... wizard today is going to be just a nice way to turn into a mage. I'm going to try to be a mage the whole way through. Humans aren't exactly, like, incredible. They are the definition of dev philosophy. Flat across the board aptitudes and nothing. Well, technically that's the opposite then. Because devs love flat across the board aptitudes, human level stats, and just an incredible, like, just one really interesting, well, sometimes not really interesting, quirk that makes them unique and special. But humans, they get nothing. They are worthless in every regard, and they're actually fairly low tier in this game. Having said that, playing as a mage kind of mitigates those problems to some degree, because magic is fairly uniform, and even if I'm, like, mediocre at everything, technically that means that I'm kind of okay at everything as well. +0 to everything, and +1 to spellcasting, oh, -1 to spellcasting, sorry. Means that I pick up spells relatively quick, not incredibly so, not nowhere near as fast as a deep elf, for example, but I do have human level health, which is meh as well. So, you know, all in all, this character is kind of boring. Okay, well, the adjusting is still broken, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But Summon Imp is now available. That's a D2 thing. I just straight up die here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I am pretty sure I'm gone skis. Because there's no chance in hell that I was able to really handle that scenario. Oh wow, we actually lived. Holy shit, that's incredible. That was a direct D2 thing, and we actually have no real way of dealing with this either, because not only were we fucked, like, because of the whole, what do you call it, the whole, oh shit, that's a dagger of flame, okay. Not only were we fucked because we immediately had a D2, why does it sound perma-confused? Okay, that was weird. Because I had a D2 orc pack, but also because there are 2 priests there, 2 wizards, and I also have all 3 staircases right next to one another, and this guy also has confusion on me. So, yeah, that's not ideal. But, thankfully, we are playing wizard, though, and we have the power of, a -1 dagger. Okay, well, that's good, I guess. Sure. Yeah, put the hat on. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so we have summon, dudes, what's it called? Summon Imp, which is actually pretty good, and it probably will kill most enemies in the game, which is great. Can I not switch my food around to see? Yeah, this is a really weird bug. So Mephitic Cloud, I'm gonna have to just memorize and see if I can survive, because this is gonna be a rough fight regardless. Let's grab a guy here. Hopefully we can just kind of throw Mephitic at him and then maybe kill him or something. I don't know. Mephitic Cloud is one of the premium tools in this toolbook. I actually haven't, you know what, actually haven't talked about all the spells in the wizard thing, because I assumed everyone knew about it, but I realize now that maybe that's not true. So Wizard is a very early game focused spellbook. It has a bunch of random shit in it, like Magic Dart, Mephitic Cloud, Call Imp, Blink Slow, and Conjure Flame. Every spell in here is pretty good except really slow. I don't exactly care for it, but it's not awful, I guess. But as you can see, there's no actual direct damage. Mephitic Cloud is more of a stink bomb that confuses opponents. Summon Imp is okay, but it tends to kind of drop off in damage a little bit after a short amount of time. And of course, Summon Imp, and of course Magic Dart, while it's great because it can't miss, eventually becomes not super great damage, as it is mitigated very easily by, you know, any form of AC. Now, we're in a really bad spot here, because the wizard that is facing us is able to cast Confuse on us, which means we have very little chance of surviving, because he's just chaining Confuses. Yeah. Unfortunately, I actually feel like I could have survived that, but I missed a single turn. I should have Mephitic'd myself. But either way, that was a very ridiculous D2, and I'm not actually sure what the fuck that was all about, because that's not really normal. Rarely do you get fucked that badly from start to finish. I don't know exactly how I could have... Like, the fact that I survived so long is pretty good already. And right here you can see I'm just getting ultra mega fucked again, because, well... unfortunately for me, I just ran into 17 enemies on D1, and that's really not going to work for a mage. And there we go, there's another guy, so that's good. I'm going to have to try to pillar dance 4 people at once, or I can just kind of get on this floor and hopefully not die. Nope, died. I mean, I could have pillar danced more, but that's kind of also a risk, because, you know, you get screwed due to traveling directly into the unknown on a floor you can't leave with no items on you. It's a little unfortunate, really. Alright, well, we're in Pain Town again, because now there's like 6 enemies again. There's 4 in the first 12 turns. That's unfortunate. The gecko is also faster than me. You know, all this good shit. And despite the fact that I have only 1 spell, Magic Dart, Miscast, and that's a Jackal Pack. Alright, well, let's go ahead and leave here. Nope, never mind, I got bitten on the way out. Alright, at some point here we're gonna have to play the game. Like, the video game has to start at some point, I'm pretty sure. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is a fair game, so it stands to reason that I should be able to just handle anything that comes my way. I don't know if that's actually true, but at least I have a weapon now. You know what I mean? At least I got that. So I actually can fight stuff. The other times I did not have the privilege. Okay, that's a D1 Halberd Null. Alright, well, we'll skip that floor. We don't need to do D1 anyway. That's not really important. That's just irrelevant to the character in general. I'm actually going to go up this staircase and just start fighting random people on the streets, because that's what I have to do to get some EXP. If I get to level 2, which I am now, I should be able to get Call Imp, which is going to be quite helpful for me. Indeed. Curse thing, Lumpy Platinum Amulet, it's plus to reflect, that's pretty good. Okay, we've actually got some good stuff now. 2 shield is nice. Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to call 1 Imp. Call Imp is a pretty incredible spell. For 2 mana, you get to summon an Imp. If it's an Ice Imp or a Shadow Imp, they're really, really good. The red ones are kind of shit because they like to bounce around a lot, but if you're able to get a couple of Imps up, you can even kill a D1 Halberd Null, as you saw right there. It's pretty damn overpowered, actually. But, you know, we're not going to say it's overpowered because it'll get nerfed, and we don't want that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and train a bit of summonings, just a little bit, to try to get my Call Imp failure down. Wizard is fairly low investment in terms of magic. Eventually we're going to have to go for a bigger one. We're going to have to find some better spells, but for the time being, like, these are very good tools for surviving the early game. Like, contrary to what I've just shown you guys, Wizard is actually a very strong start. And I usually use it as a crutch for very weak classes like Octocode, and occasionally feel it if I'm feeling a bit, you know, sad. I also use it on stuff like Tengu, Naga, and Human, because I find it to be a very nice way to guarantee, and I say that kind of ironically at this point, your survival through the early game. It's kind of nice. But, you know, early game doesn't count for D1. D1's a complete crapshoot. You roll the dice, and sometimes, you know, it just doesn't come out on top. But that's alright. We'll just have to take our licks, take our lumps, and continue on anyway. Here's a whip. We got that now. That's kind of cool. Remove curse scroll. That's cool as well. And we got surrounded by dart slugs. I was trying to fight there, but then I realized, man, I'm taking a lot of damage. Again, there's a bug that's like not telling me when the fuck when I've picked something to adjust. So it's really, really confusing to do this. There's also a ton of graphical glitches, which means that I don't know if I'm at full health or not. I don't think that's the game's problem. That's more the server problem. But I don't know, like, is that just for CAO? Is anyone else playing online and getting these ridiculous bugs? Like, this has to be not a shared experience, right? Like, any Australians, non-Australians, whatever, are you getting graphical glitches as well? Because I hope everyone else is. Because otherwise, like, I don't know what the problem is. I can't really tell. Oh, that guy has a blowgun of poison. Ouch. Alright, if anyone decides to fight me right now, do it. Alright, they didn't. They were too scared of me. That's right. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Conjure Flame, because that's a good spell. Put it on E, sure. I did put it on E, right? Yes, I did. Okay, thank goodness. I had no idea. I want to train either air or fire magic. I think I'm going to train air magic for a little bit, to like 3 or something, and then switch it over to fire magic. Mephitic Cloud and Conjure Flame are really good combos, so it's just nice to have some way of dealing with stuff. And here you're going to see me use a couple more summon spells just to bolster my damage, and also my tankiness. Summoning spells are really good because they stop you from getting hit by stuff. Things are too distracted hitting your summons to really worry about you, which is really good. Alright, we have a whip now. This is a nightmare because now I don't know if Am I adjusting? Is this working? Did it work? Okay, it worked. Alright, cool. I think it worked. I hope it worked. Yeah, so the whip is just kind of nice as a melee weapon, but I'm going to use the blowgun every so often as a shit version of Magic Dart, kind of, sort of, maybe. What I'm going to do with it is, I'm just going to throw it knowing full well that it's going to not really do amazing. And then hopefully, I hit an enemy and then do a little bit of poison damage to it. It's basically like a very bad version of Sting. I'm going to pick up Blink while I'm at it, just because it's free, effectively. Pull the Howler Monkey up, Mephitic Cloud a couple of times, and just kind of mash poison needles. Again, it's a nice synergy with Mephitic Cloud. You confuse the guy, you stack poison on them, eventually they die at some point, hopefully. And yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, Hand Axe of Freezing is probably better than the whip, and definitely better than the regular axe. I'm gonna go ahead and use that now. Scroll of ID, just ID some potions. I did teleport away, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Well, like, it's pretty bad, but I can get over it, I think. Okay, kill Natasha, grab some more int, because I need that. And heal up. There's a War Axe, don't really need that though. I'm gonna try to head slowly towards the upstairs that I was at before, just so that I'm a little safer. I have some kind of back door at this point. Embroidered Scarf. Scarf of Repulsion, that's very nice. Just getting some repel missiles. And here's an Ogre. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit him with the Fart Cloud special. The Fart Cloud special being... Oh, well, is it even the Fart Cloud? I think of it, you know, like those cartoons or those clips where you see the guy, like, fart in front of a lighter and then it, like, explodes? Kind of. That's what I'm thinking this is. You basically put down a Conjure Flame and then you use Mephitic Cloud to confuse them and they stumble into the Conjure Flame and take a bunch of damage. It's not really aptly named, I guess. It's not really a Fart Cloud, but Mephitic Cloud is kind of a Fart Cloud. Doesn't work all the time, but it is just a nice thing to do anyway. Mephitic, of course, just pretty much handling a lot of enemies this early on in the game. It's one of the reasons I'd say why Wizard is so good early game, just because it has Mephitic and Magic Dart and Conjure Flame. It's just good amounts of synergy, decent amounts of like non-direct damage ways of killing stuff. It's kind of cool. Alright, so look, everyone knows you can pick everyone knows you can pick Vehemit. I kind of want to pick Vehemit, or Sif Muna, of course, but I don't know. I might just pick someone else, just because it's a bit more interesting. The question is, who would want to play with a mage? Like, that's the real question that I have to ask here. Like, what kind of gods go decently with mage? I guess, so Kiku goes well with mage because it gives you necromancy spells for sure. Can actually give us Bogenzul's Val Clutch. McCleb is okay, but the mana thing is like, I wish you would. You're basically just playing as like the melee version of Vehemit anyway. Ashen Zari is pretty good. Fedass is awful, I'd say, because you starve to death. Nemelex is okay, possibly actually. Actually, yeah, you know, Nemelex could be interesting. I find that he's not like super amazing though, and I don't think there's any direct synergy with our mage playstyle. So I don't know if I actually want to do that. I just don't want to dump that much into Invocation with only +1. I mean, it's not bad per se. I don't know. Is it worth my time? I mean, I guess. You know what? I'm just gonna play Nemelex. I'm gonna play something weird. Like, it's been a while since I played something actually, you know, different, I suppose, from like what's strictly, at least in the top 5 of good things. I'd say this is like firmly not amazing. It's firmly in like the bottom half of things I should have picked. So yeah, Nemelex is the god of cards. He's going to offer me decks, which can be used as evocables or invocables. He's actually fairly strong. He's like actually incredibly strong, but the only problem that I have with him is that there's no actual direct synergy with being a mage. There are decks of escape which let you get away, but they're not particularly incredible. I'm going to have to rely on the repel missiles here, just to kind of get me through. Close the door to make it so that he has to come towards us, and then summon an imp in case I need to run back. Mephitic Cloud to make sure he doesn't shoot me anymore, and then finish him off with a mixture of magic darts, the imp attacking, and a bunch of melee attacks. Just a lot of like different little, I guess, strategic plays that over time. What the fuck? It's like some kind of ghost orgy in here. What the fuck is this? Holy shit. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god. I've never seen that many ghosts. Oh, that's fucking funny. Holy shit. I nearly shit. I nearly shit myself in fear, and then I realized, wait, they're behind a wall. Oh my god, that was so bad. Okay. Whew. See, the game, that's what I like about Trunks. You never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes, you know, you're a dog. You know, sometimes, you know, they add, like, cats and dragons to the game, and you're like, what? That's not what I wanted to do. I need to do this. I think I did it. Did I do it? Yeah. God, I hate this new menu so much. What the fuck? So annoying. Like, they need to fix some stuff. I mean, like, I don't mind... Like, I don't really mind this whole, like, gold border. It looks pretty cool, actually, but, like, this thing in the middle is really weird. I like them having it at the top. Here's Ijib. I'm gonna go ahead and Mephitic Cloud here. He has a Wand of Acid. If I don't Mephitic Cloud him in one more turn, we're dead. Okay, cool. We actually got there. We need to teleport away. Alright, that's a Wand of Acid. I don't really want to fight him, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run away, because that's just too much danger. I have a Wand of Disintegration now, which is as good as Acid, but not quite. We'll see how things go. I don't know. I have Repel Missile, so it is theoretically not easy for me to get hit by Acid. But does that mean that I'm not going to get hit by Acid? Of course not. I'm still going to get hit by Acid. So I think the best strat is just to not ever fight Ijib from this part of the game, I guess. Alright, Summonings is going to go off now, completely, actually. I think 5 on 5% fail on Core Limp is fine. Mephitic Cloud is kind of getting lower, which is fine. Conjure Flame is kind of getting lower as well. I think training Conjurations is fine for that, because I need to start training Invocations. Nemelech's decks now scale off Invocations and not Evocations. Be careful, because a lot of people may still make that error, I guess. So you gotta be real smart about how you do things. You can't just train the old ways, I guess. Yeah, we got a little unlucky here. We got 2 plain decks of Escape, which are, in my honest opinion, the worst types of decks. So there are 3 types of decks that I can think of right now. The deck of is it Deck of War? Possibly. I don't know. I actually, now I'm not even sure what I just said. There's 3 decks. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, really? Okay. Okay, calm down. Ooh. Okay. Throw the Disintegration on him. There we go. Easy peasy. I just realized that I rested on the floor with Idjib on it, meaning I could have gotten 1 shot. Oops. Bit of a mistake, guys. I'm sorry. I haven't played a weak combo in so long. I'm so used to playing Deep Dwarf Fighter now. Just tabbing through. It's nice that the game went out of their way to, like, you know, remind us that we were more, like, killing our characters brutally 4 times in a row. But, you know, I'm kind of sick of that shit. So let's go ahead and win, right? Am I right or am I right, guys? Come on. Please give me this. Okay, let me just kill these guys real quick. Grab this Flail of Crushing, which I honestly think might be better than the axe. Identify some stuff. Heal wounds and enchant armor. Ooh. Enchant armor is kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple on the helmet. Like, it's not really super important, but I think it's just important. I think it's just good to have more AC this early on in the game. Especially on a character that, like, isn't super amazing either. Enchant weapon can definitely go on the blowgun, on the Scroll of Crushing. The Mace of Crushing, sorry. Flail of Crushing. What am I saying? What am I actually saying right now? But yeah, this is looking okay. We're starting to stabilize a little bit, kind of. And eventually, if Nemelech's here decides to give us some good decks, let me actually check. What the hell am I looking at here? Like, deck. There's 3 decks, right? Yeah. It's Escape, Destruction, and Summoning. There we go. So Escape is like just running away shit. It's actually kind of questionable as to how good the decks themselves are, the Escape deck, because a lot of the cards are just utterly worthless and don't help you at all. Or they're very situational and they would only help if you knew exactly what you wanted from the deck before you came in and drew it. The Destruction deck is just mostly big conjurations, similar to McCleb's, I guess, Greater Destruction, but like 20 times better. It tends to be the most like spammed deck because it's really just decent enough to spam constantly, but not like amazing enough to need to hoard. It's kind of nice, I guess. I probably should have explained the whole like deck mechanic as well. I mean, it's a deck of cards. You just draw from the deck, right? Like it's fairly intuitive, I would hope. I'll probably do like a more in-depth talk about deck mechanics and Nemelechs in general later on when I do my God Spotlight videos, which I still haven't done. I had them in planning for about a couple of months now, but I haven't really thought about it in a while, just because a bunch of stuff has kind of cropped up. It's been a little hard for me to concentrate on the channel, specifically, I guess. Here we go. Hopefully this works. So what I'll do is I'll put some Conjure Flames in. This guy's gonna just try to... Alright, well he didn't walk into the clouds, but he threw a Tomahawk, reflected off me, and killed himself with it, so... I mean, I guess that's the same thing, right? It's the same as if I had Mephitic'd him and then turned him into a walking, Burning Man. Alright, so Undead are stupid. Well, didn't work this time, but Undead are normally stupid enough to walk straight into a fire. If I miscast the fire, of course, well, you know, I'm not going to get anything, but, you know, normally that works. Ordinarily. Alright, anyway, what am I talking about? What are we doing here? What game are we playing? Is this Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup? Probably. So here's the Mephitic Cloud. Hopefully this works this time. Yeah, there we go. So the guy was prompted, I guess, because he realized he was standing in a mephitic cloud to move into the fire cloud, not realizing that he wouldn't survive in the fire cloud. Conjure Flame has amazing damage early on in the game, and just in general, it's quite good. It's fairly competitive, so if an enemy is in Conjure Flame, they will take buttloads of damage, but they don't really know that, so they'll just walk into it, if you can, I guess, persuade them that it's worth their time to walk into. Here's a white ugly thing. That's kind of racist. I don't like that specifically, but I mean, they call them, not me. So here I'm just going to spam a couple of decks of destruction, hopefully get some good stuff out of it. And yeah, as we can see, I summoned a air elemental, which is completely busted in this stage of the game. It just absolutely destroys everything in a 1v1. So it's a very good book in general. You can see here I'm just mashing Mephitic Cloud, making things just generally quite confused that I exist. Much like a real human being, I will, instantly throw some noxious fumes at the opponent to try to confuse them. So it's the equivalent of the human equivalent of just shitting yourself in panic. We really shit the bed on this one, but yeah. Like, in this case, it's tactical shits. It's not like, we're not doing it as a joke, you know what I mean? We're doing it on purpose. There's an actual offensive and defensive tactic to it. So, yeah, once again, human ingenuity just really saves the day. You know what I mean? We really overcame this problem by just shitting ourselves. Tactically sharding. Alright, yeah, so this is an example of me leading opponents into a Conjure Flame. Yaks are not, like, super smart, so if you put a Conjure Flame down, they'll be like, oh, I'm afraid. But if you decide to magic dart them while you're on the other side, they'll be like, wait a minute. If I don't go into this fire right now, the magic dart's gonna kill me, even though I have 1 mana. He doesn't know that, though. He doesn't know that, so, makes sense, I guess. So he'll just walk straight into the fire and be roasted a little bit. Some animals, like porcupines, either have too low HP or just smart enough to realize that fire probably is not ideal to walk into. Yaks are a very specific breed of idiot. Double-headed ogres, they think they have enough health to survive a Conjure Flame. Fun fact, they do not. See, I could have magic darted there instead of Mephiticking and guaranteed that he walked into the fire, but I was also kind of worried about my melee health, I guess. Yeah, so again, Crocodile thinks is good, is not actually good. Let's do double Conjure Flame and then Mephitic, and hopefully he just walks into 2 tiles worth of fire. So the ideal strategy is burn them, confuse them, and then they just kind of walk around in the fires and die. It's like a pretty brutal way to kill someone, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. We're not in this to make friends. We're in this to kill. Okay, Ring of Wizardry completely, makes all of our stuff easy to cast. That's really good for us, I guess. It's not, incredibly relevant, but hey, it's fine. Drop some of these worthless rings. I don't really need stats at this point. 2 Evade is really good, and Wizardry is also really good, so I don't think I'll ever really want to hot swap back to the Dex or the Strength, so it's not really relevant. These are some cool things, but unfortunately I don't have anywhere near the gold. This is a Gozag Vault, so he's kind of trying to get you to... What's this? A Minotaur Fighter of McCleb, Dunlaw's Ghost. Interesting. 75 HP. Damn, that's a lot of HP. But yeah, Gozag is trying to tempt me into joining his religion, but frankly I don't give a shit, because I already have a god, Nemelek Sabeh. I prefer RNG over any form of consistency. I like drawing decks, and I like dying. These are the 2 things that make me what I am. It's literally my thing. It's my gimmick. Alright, for some reason the Ogre decided to just stand there. I think he actually took a swing at me, missed, and then couldn't move for the next couple of rounds. Which is, fine for me as well. But I like the idea that the Ogre was just so dumbfounded by the fact that I just ignored him. I was like, let me just squeeze past you right here, and then he was like, oh, I guess. Until he realized, wait, I don't like that guy. I'm gonna fight him. Wait, I'm gonna be confrontational. But it was too late. I had already left. I'd left the building at that point. Alright, I'm gonna do a bit of a dumb, not really dumb, but a strategy where I Mephitic myself. Yes, I get confused, but most of the time it just helps anyway. Bees are poise minus, so they are always affected by Mythic Cloud. Or, I would say they're always affected. I don't actually know if they're always affected. I assume so. But it's really easy to confuse them. So, one well-placed Conjure Flame can take out a whole bee pack because they'll just march back and forth into it. They'll also start stinging themselves because they're stupid, and each other, which is really good because they're poise minus, so they'll just kill each other really quick. So yeah, bee packs, generally, as long as they're in like a kind of corridor, they're really easy to deal with as a wizard. But otherwise, no, they're kind of hard. If it's like a big open pack, you might have to Mephitic yourself and hope you don't get confused. Because Mephitic, after all, does check MR. It also checks R-Poise. R-Poise enemies, I believe, are completely immune to it, and you can actually resist the Mephitic Cloud if your MR is high enough. So this also applies to Swamp Drakes and stuff as well. Enemy versions of Mephitic Cloud. So you can use those whenever you want. You could. That tip is free. If you wanna get more tips like that, make sure you subscribe to my channel. For more gameplay videos of Payday 2, and occasionally, very occasionally, Hotline Miami, and even more occasionally, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Like if you wanna see all those games, all those great games, these great titles, you know, make sure you subscribe. I don't know why I'm shilling to you 45 minutes into the video, but hey, now's as good a time as any. And you know what they say, there's no time like the present. That's why it's called the present. I may have messed up the quote from Kung Fu Panda, but, you know, at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. Did the bee really just walk into my fucking fire? Are you stupid or something? Or was he just fast? Wait, why did he walk into my fire too? What an idiot. What the hell? What is happening right now? Okay, anyway, Conjurations is really high for really nothing. We're not training anything of value. I'm gonna go ahead and start some fighting up, and I'm turning Fire Magic off because that's dumb. Let's get some dodging. I don't even know why, but we'll focus Invo, I guess. I don't know. Like, this is a really dumb character. Like, Mages of Nemelex are just not amazing anyway. So I don't know why we're doing it, but, you know, the voices in my head, I guess, told me to do it, so I should oblige. They also told me to make this channel sometimes. So, you know, say thanks to the voices in Demise head, please. Maybe you guys are the voice in my head. I hope not. I really do hope not. Okay, there's the Glaive boy, Mr. Glaive Orc Warrior, but thankfully we have Mephitic Cloud, so he will no longer be with us. This gargoyle, unfortunately, has Stone Arrow and also has a bunch of other stuff. Can we paralyze him? Nope. Alright, let's hit him with the plain Dex of Destruction, because we're cool. We're going to go ahead and draw Degeneration, and that does nothing. And we're going to draw Wild Magic, and that does nothing. Wow, we hit him with an Orb of Energy, that's pretty good. We're going to show him the power of the Deca Summoning, though, and immediately draw one card, instantly kill the opponent. So, Deca Summoning is absurd, and it turns Nemelex characters into busted characters very quickly, because whenever you summon something with the deck, you're basically gonna almost, like, I would say almost consistently, because it's not quite consistent, but you're gonna be fairly consistently summoning shit that's completely out of depth for your level at the time when you first get your summoning deck. So basically anytime I draw from the deck of summoning at this point in the game, you're gonna say like, what the fuck, what's that doing in the dungeon right now? It's completely busted. But later on, of course, it does have its flaws. It's not amazing. I mean, it's okay. It's still really good and probably the best deck by far, but yeah, it's not as spectacularicious. That's not a real word, but I just tried to look. I try to mince words, if you will. I tried to bind them together, but they didn't quite stick. And even when they did stick, they weren't very impressive. So I apologize for that. I'm going to retract my statement and say they were just fairly good. You know, I'm not going to say how good, because that's an old line, and that's not mine either. That's someone else's trademark. But I will say it is quite good, decent, a light 6. Yeah, Nemelex is like really good at just like he's really like flashy and cool and interesting, and then later on he becomes just a big chore because you're just managing your goddamn just managing decks, managing your inventory for the entire game. hoarding up stuff and hoping you have enough stuff for the late game. It's a bit of a sad fate, really, but hey, you know, that's life. Alright. Oh, someone invited me on League of Legends. I got really unlucky with this floor. The white ugly things are going to be really hard to deal with, so I'm just not going to bother. Because even past that floor, it's kind of, like, even past that ugly thing, it's still really bad for me. I can't really handle it either way, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just too good. And I did actually say that I would finish the video right after I finished that cave. So, did I do it? Yes. Did the fact that I saw the League of Legends invite thing change anything? Not really, because I know that my friends already ditched me. Because, you know, they know at this point that if I haven't responded in 2 seconds, I'm not worth their time. So they'll just ditch me. That sounds so sad, but it's actually true. They're like, oh, he's probably recording. Don't worry about it. Yeah, one of them actually decided to get into Dungeon Crawl Stones. They won their first game, and I was pretty proud of them. And then they stopped playing, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. But hey, you know, that's fine. Having said that, I'm still going to end the video because my mouth is really hurting right now. I've just got like a cut in my mouth because I bit too hard, and it's bothering me when I speak. So I'm going to go back to being silent for another 6 hours. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. And hopefully we'll be able to make this character really cool, because right now we've just made the base, and, you know, eventually we'll be able to get something really special going. Alright, see you later.